So, as you can see here, I'm in Guatemala. Yeah, so first of all, welcome to Guatemala. This behind me is the famous temple. I think it's a Jaguar temple here in Tikal. And it's my last day, unfortunately, of my 9-day Guatemala trip. I enjoyed this country so much, I would actually vote for Guatemala to be the favorite Central American country in my terms. And it's one of the cheapest, the weather is great in Guatemala City, where I stayed most of my time. Here it's a bit windy, I hope it's not too bad for the sound. Like, this weather is a bit crazy in fact. Yeah, it's good, it's warm, the temperature is great, but it's also raining a lot, which is okay because it doesn't rain all day. It's just in the evening. And daytime is usually sunny, it's just here it's a bit windy. And I like Guatemala a lot because the weather is very comfortable. It never gets more than 30 degrees and never less than 20, or very, very rarely, all year round. It's very good climate, good prices, and a very developed city. Yeah, Guatemala City is the second most developed city after Panama. You have Uber, you have all the conveniences. The only problem is the internet. Well, mobile internet is very, very cheap. For only $4 you can get 10 gigabytes of mobile internet, mobile data, which is okay at the speed. But at home it is not very fast. For example, uploading 1 gigabyte took me 10 hours. Yeah? So I know that as a YouTuber that it takes very, very long time to upload videos, and this is the biggest problem. There are some places which have better internet, but unfortunately my Airbnb wasn't the best. But I love this Airbnb still so much. I would vote to be the best Airbnb I've ever had for the price. It only cost $20 and had a wonderful apartment right in the city center with a wonderful balcony and a great terrace and a coffee shop downstairs. A great landlord who said that I can drink free coffee all day, every day. Yeah, so thank you very much, Pancho, his nickname. I loved my time so much. I enjoyed it so much here. I think because of you I would vote this country to be the best. Here, Tikal, for example, costs $20 entrance plus almost $10 for the bus to come here. It's a bit less than $20, I think 18. 150 quetzal, as the time of recording at October 2018. It's probably going to be more expensive in the future, like everything, which is getting more expensive. So, anyway, this is a great place to be. I really enjoyed these old Maya ruins. I just like history, I like culture especially, also modern culture, so I see what people have to offer in Guatemala City. So in Guatemala City you find lots of cheap and delicious foods. Gringas, shukol, and in fact I cooked a lot because it's not healthy. I cooked a lot and drink a lot of coffee, but delicious cheap food, which it's good. It's getting, so the closer you get to Mexico, I think the similar it gets with tacos. More often you find tacos, burritos and stuff like this. But you also have all the big chains, KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Wendy's, all this fast food stuff. I never eat there anyway. Yeah, but you have all big brands here, although not for shopping. There's no H&M and other things, or I haven't seen them. No. There are some malls, there's some developed parts. For example, Ciudad Calaya, I think. I'm bad with names. Which is really modern, a really nice place to visit compared to the other places. For example, I lived in Zone 1, and people said this is the most dangerous zone in the entire, Zone 18, 19 I think are the most dangerous. Zone 20 does not exist, and Zone 1 is a red zone, is a dangerous zone. Yeah, they say. So at night it's not advisable to walk on the streets, especially as a gringo. But nothing happened. I even walked sometimes on the streets, but not much, only the minimum. Mostly I took Uber, so everything was fine. But at daytime you still see like crime scenes, like everybody has guns. It's similar like Tegucigalpa. But once there was a crime scene and there was blood on the floor. I don't know what happened. I hope nobody got killed. So it's not too safe. But if you be careful, at daytime you're usually fine. I even walk around with my phone, my camera, my headphones, my headset, and everything is fine. Yeah, so nothing happened, as well as in the rest of Central America. So I was always lucky, but of course be careful, don't walk much alone at night. This is the most important advice you get, and don't go too much to remote areas. So after coming here from El Salvador, I did a trip to the volcano. The volcano is called Pacaya. So we're here on the volcano. Unfortunately, the weather is not very favorable, so we don't see much. Yeah, so there are currently 2 active or very active volcanoes which are outbreaking. I mean, there are lots of active volcanoes, but active is not necessarily active. This is a very active volcano. They're spitting lava, and during my week here I experienced 2 earthquakes already, minor ones, but still it's exciting. So I went to visit the Pacaya volcano in order hopefully to see lava. But as the day we went there, I went there with my friend Joseph and a local Guatemalan friend. So we couldn't see the lava, unfortunately, because the weather was really bad. Yeah, it was really foggy. We couldn't see 30 meters. Yeah, it was really unlucky. Yeah? But the next day the volcano broke out and there was a lot of lava. And yeah, unfortunately we weren't there, so we couldn't see it. But it's such a coincidence. It just broke out one day later. The other volcano is called Fuego. It broke out earlier this year, 2018, and more than 100 people died, in fact. Yeah? It is safe to visit. It's just for the villages near the volcano. Yeah? And people don't die of lava. Yeah? What many people think, oh, volcano, the deadly lava. No, people don't die of lava. People die, I made some research, they die from the heat wave when it's exploding, or from landslide, as it was the case here, I think. Yeah, so people get buried under the earth, or from the toxic gases. Yeah, you get unconscious and then the lava comes, and then the lava kills you, yeah, once you're unconscious, yeah, like in Pompeii. Yeah, anyway, it's exciting, couldn't see the outbreak. And then there are so many volcanoes here. There is this old town called Antigua. So welcome to Antigua. Just got off the bus, and this is the old town. This was the bus. The repainted school bus from the US. Really nice. Most tourists go there. Not many tourists are actually in Guatemala City. Most tourists visiting here Tikal and Antigua because of the history, the old architecture and stuff. But I love to explore the city and as well visiting places like here Tikal and Antigua. I will not skip those, but I spent most of my time in the capitals. So I really enjoyed Guatemala City as it's very convenient. It's a beautiful pedestrian zone, it's cheap, the weather is good, so it all comes together. Yeah? And I had a wonderful landlord as well. The only problem is really the internet, that I had slow internet. Yeah? Otherwise I could stay here forever. And English, people speak English quite well. Especially younger people, similar to Panamanian standards, so I would say slightly above average. It's also the reason because many people here work in call centers, since labor costs are cheaper in Guatemala, so the US outsources the call centers to Guatemala but also to Honduras and other Central American countries. Yeah, so people usually work in those call centers and do the customer service for Apple and other shops in the US, yeah, selling radios and I don't know what else they do. Again, to the safety, the people I met, most of them got robbed once in their life, but it's the same like in all of Central America and South America. And of course, once in their life, in 20-30 years. Yeah? So as a tourist, just be careful and nothing will happen to you, so it is quite safe. Even though they have a high murder rate, you will not get murdered if you're lucky. Oh yeah, Guatemala, I like the cheap prices in Guatemala. For example, you could get macadamia nuts for 100 gram, barely more than $1. It is one of the cheapest in the world, I think, for macadamia nuts. You should go to the market. You can get avocados for 30 cents, bananas for 5 cents, all this kind of stuff. Also, 1 pound of, how do you call this? Himberries, these bromberries, these berries, some kind of berries. Yeah? For, what is it? It's 5 quetzals, 70-80 US cents for 1 pound, 450 gram of the berries, really cheap. For like blackberries, not blackberries, maybe it's blackberry, I don't know how to call it. And really cheap, but the next I got stomach ache from it. Maybe they're using a lot of pesticides, that's why it's so cheap. But the prices are really good, and that's why I would really highly recommend visiting it. You also have a beautiful landscape, seeing the volcanoes in the background from the city. So Guatemala City is just really nice. Public transport is also very convenient in Guatemala as it is extremely cheap. You can get a bus ride for maybe 12 US cents, 1 quetzal. That's 12 or 13 US cents for one bus ride with the Transmetro in Guatemala City. That's amazing. But the cheapest it is, if you go a bit further, it might cost a bit more. For example, from Guatemala to Antigua, it was 10 quetzal, which is $1.30, I think. So, but it's like an hour ride. And then the bus from Guatemala City here to Flores. Flores is the little town from where you can visit Tikal, which is 2 hours away still. So this bus did cost me more than $20. I think 27, 28. It was 205 quetzals. I don't know the exchange rates exactly, and it's always changing. But the long distance is still alright for this long distance trip. Then there are many attractions in this country. Many things I skipped. I should stay longer, and I wish I can come back in the future. For example, a famous lake is called Atitlan. Many people told me, go visit this lake. Well, it's a 4-hour ride away from Guatemala City, so I didn't go there. Also other places, Quetzaltenango is a nice city. They have more old towns here, the beaches, which I haven't visited. So there's lots of stuff. But here, right now, are lots of ants which are biting me. So it's not good to sit on the lawn. Yeah? They're not red ants, but they still hurt a bit. Also there are lots of mosquitoes. They have malaria, and I didn't use malaria, like mosquito spray. But I haven't been bitten so far. Just forgot to bring it, because I came from the night bus from Guatemala just here and arrived here at 6 AM and then straight went to these ruins. So I arrived here in Flores after a very long bus ride, a night bus ride. I hate those night bus rides. So I'm retired because it's difficult to sleep in night buses. I hate night buses, in fact. But it's a convenient way to save time. Yeah. So otherwise you spend the whole day in the bus. And I slept a bit, but not so comfortable. I woke up many times because of the cold air. So yeah, be aware. Bring a lot of jackets, a lot of clothes on the bus if you have them. And bring an umbrella if you travel here in October, November, because it's rainy time. Although it just rains for a few hours and not the whole day. So it's not too bad. So anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully you see my next country review.